Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is the 2nd of September 2014. Welcome to DeMoNiK's Daily Dose. I've got my cup of coffee, which means it's time for the news. The Sims 4 is going to be getting a day 1 patch which fixes a number of quite funny Grim Reaper issues as well as some issues involving babies. The Grim Reaper issue, where characters could actually marry the Grim Reaper and cause the game to hang, has been removed from the game. EA, in a statement with the patch notes, said the Reaper still loves your baby, he is just too busy to go on a date with every lovelorn sim that vies for his efforts. Other glitches included fixing babies so that they actually counted as babies and not as furniture. There was a problem when having a baby and trying to move house that the entire game would crash, which is it's a little bit funny. Okay. The Sims 4 is about to release on September 4th in Europe and hopefully in South Africa as well, and has had a number of features removed, which has caused some stir in the community, but whether or not the full game is actually worth its money has yet to be seen because of a review embargo which is only going to come off on the 4th of September. Atari has revealed the first teaser trailer and screenshots for its upcoming reimagining of the 1982 Atari 2600 game Haunted House Cryptic Graves. In Cryptic Graves, you will take the role of Anya Graves, a woman with psychic abilities sent to a haunted house called Abaddon Grants in order to try and find and purge the evil monsters inside. She is a psychic and can use these powers in order to help her solve puzzles, avoid traps littered throughout the house, as well as it enables her to destroy the ghosts. In the 1982 original game, players were sent to explore a mansion of the late Zachary Graves in order to collect 3 pieces of an urn, but whether or not the Anya Graves is related to this character in the new game has yet to be determined. Atari is also releasing another reimagining of a classic game which we'll talk about next, called Alone in the Dark Illumination. The second of Atari's reimaginings is Alone in the Dark Illumination, which is a reimagining of the Atari 2600 game Haunted House. Set in the mining town of Norwich, Virginia, players will be able to control one of 4 different characters: a hunter, witch, priest, or engineer, and take part in either single player or online co-op with all 4 players in an attempt to discover what caused the accident and investigate reports of strange creatures and a dark brooding fog within the town. The main opponent will be the darkness, which comes in different forms, including fog, apparitions, and creatures. The first Alone in the Dark game was developed by Infogrames and released on PC in 1992, and there have been a number of reimaginings since then, including 2001's Alone in the Dark The New Nightmare and Atari's 2008 reboot simply titled Alone in the Dark. As you can see from the screenshots behind me, and I'll put a link in the description below, the game looks pretty shiny, but is still quite early into its development, so we will have to wait a while until we get it. In what is probably the most sarcastic announcement I'll make today, exciting news coming out of Capcom as they have announced that Resident Evil Revelations 2 will be coming in early 2015. The horror to the sequel will feature a new setting as well as new protagonists, the company announced during a pre-TGS PlayStation press conference, in which confirmed the horror sequel will feature a completely new setting. New information on Resident Evil 2 will be announced next week, Capcom have said, but in the meantime have released a box art image as well as a pretty nifty trailer which I will link below. The original Resident Evil Revelations was released on Nintendo 3DS in 2012, but eventually was enhanced to include Xbox 360, PS3, Wii U, and PC the following year. Resident Evil Revelations 2 looks like it may be on all platforms according to the leak, but nothing has yet to be confirmed. The real question I want to ask is why? Why are they making another Resident Evil game? I don't understand. This poor franchise has been beaten into a pulp over and over again, and now they're relaunching it with new protagonists and a new setting. Why? Why? This is my sarcasm sign. I want you to make another Resident Evil game. Please. Please. This last announcement I'm actually not even sure about, but comes from the Tekken team and was also announced in that Sony press conference, and is a game called Summer Lesson. No further details have been provided about the game, but we do know a couple of things about it because of a brief trailer, which I will link below. The trailer has a schoolgirl which you are able to interact with thanks to the Project Morpheus, and has basic commands like nodding your head and shaking your head to say yes and no to the schoolgirl. I I don't even I they have a 3D invented world where you can see a Japanese schoolgirl in a small dress. Even in the trailer, they had people. They had like people looking up the girl's skirts. I don't understand. Japan, Japan, get it together. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the news for the 2nd of September 2014. This has been DeMoNiK's Daily Dose. Please feel free to like and subscribe in the comments below, and do give me feedback. Tell me what you want to see. If you want to see anything special, do you want to see another Resident Evil game? Let me know in the comments below. And until tomorrow, keep on gaming.